That was crazy work. Good morning. Hey, Wilmington. Good morning. I will go to your page and do some follow up. Thank you. Good morning, Mariah. Y'all, let's get these hearts pumping at 10K. And remember, in order for me not to get hit, I got to have the hearts pumping consistently. Small gifts, not big shit. Hi, YouTube land. Small shit, not big shit. Yes, it's a lot going on. Hello, Crystal. Hi, Letitia. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Pam. Good morning. Y'all, I'm starting to see regulars on YouTube. That is insane. Hi, Sharon. Good morning. Good morning, you guys. Let's get these hearts up so we can get this party started right. I don't know why I'm in a good mood. I think I'm in a good mood because I woke up and my thighs did not touch. I've been in the gym. I think that's why I'm in a good mood. I woke up and they weren't touching. They walked right by each other. Good morning, PGA. Good morning, y'all. I'm sorry. I think that's why I'm in a good mood. Hey, you gotta find something to be happy about every day. And me, is my thighs not touching, because that means I am losing some weight. Girl, I'm doing everything. I've been in the gym every day. Emmy, if you don't stop crying for no reason, what's your problem? Come here, Emmy. She's so dramatic. She'll walk around the house just moaning for no reason. Girl, it's energy. Good laughing. What, baby? Come here. What's wrong? Okay, you're not going outside because I have the air conditioning on. I know that's what you want, but right now it's too damn hot. We in a heat crisis. You're going to have to wait. Because I said so. She want to go outside on the patio, but I got the air on, baby. It's not happening. Oh, shit. All right, we got to start. Everybody say hi to Emmy. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, now you have to go so Mama can work. No. Yes, you do. I have to work. Girl gonna tell me no. All right, so we all seen what happened yesterday, right? This tide started. Iran said we're gonna strike 2 military bases, one in Qatar, one in Iraq. We're gonna throw the same amount of missiles that Trump dropped on our nuclear facilities. They did that. They called. They said, hey, Trump, I just want to let you know this shit is about to go down. Let me link in Qatar. Qatar, hey, I want y'all to know this is what I'm about to do so we can minimize casualties and that y'all can go ahead and counter these missiles. So they did that. Qatar countered the missiles. They let one go astray because it wasn't going to hit anybody. And then Iran celebrated in the streets to get their lick back, which was like only for show and tell. It wasn't really big. And then Trump called their shit weak, their retaliation weak. He said it was a weak show of force. And it was like really unnecessary. In my opinion, do what you got to do to feel good about yourself. I think Iran did that for their ego. I'm not even going to lie. I think they did it just, just to make themselves feel good. Sometimes you just got to put on a little show. And okay, Trump said he was not going to retaliate. He made it very clear we will not be retaliating against their actions. It was just to even the playing field, all right? Now, Frumpy said he had brokered a deal between Iran and Israel. What he forgot to add in is Qatar was actually doing the mediation, and they're the ones that brought Iran to the goddamn table. Trump brought Izzy to the table. Now, Trump said there was a ceasefire. I'm glitching. Am I glitching, y'all? I'm glitching? Somebody tell me if I'm glitching. No? No? Okay. So, Trump said there was a ceasefire deal. He had brokered a ceasefire deal. What would happen was in the first 12 hours, first 6 to 12 hours, Iran would stop bombing Israel. And then in the next 12 hours, Israel would stop bombing and everything would be done, and the ceasefire would be done in 12 days, and now I'm a peacemaker, and now I deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. Bullshit, okay? Excuse me. Iran said, we ain't heard shit about no damn ceasefire. We ain't seen no deal. We ain't said nothing like that. Thank you, Glamorous. We ain't say nothing about no goddamn ceasefire. I ain't heard shit. And that came directly from Iran, and it came directly from CNN. Because I saw a lot of people saying that I was just spreading propaganda. No, I don't do that. I actually look at the reputable sources, okay? I use the Neighborhood Talk because black folks watch the Neighborhood Talk. They barely watch CNN, all right? I have a reason. There's a method to my madness, okay? They said, yeah, Pakistan did take their award back from the Nobel Peace Prize. But they said that Iran said we never got a ceasefire deal. Then maybe like 30 minutes to an hour later, Iran agreed to the quote-unquote ceasefire. But that was a lie too. Iran's prime minister said we never agreed to a ceasefire. We never had an agreement to a ceasefire. We said we would stop bombing. We never agreed to a ceasefire. Iran made that shit very clear. The prime minister said, bruh, I don't know what you talking about, but that ain't what we said. What we said was we weren't gonna be bombing nobody. But if they come at us, we're going to come at them. Now, after that, all hell broke loose. Something happened. Some missiles went off. Israel said it was Iran. Iran said they ain't do it. Then Israel decided to tell Iran to go ahead and get Tehran evacuated because we about to hit your shit. And they did this morning. Trump is mad as hell. That damn ceasefire didn't last a good 12 minutes. You did all that boasting. What? I'm losing the definition of what a ceasefire is. That man did all that work. He made all those posts. And Iran and Israel said, fuck that shit. I ain't listening to you. Trump told Israel, you better not drop no more bombs. You better not drop a damn bomb. Israel said, we just gonna fly over. We gonna fly over there. We just gonna fly over there. We're not gonna drop nothing, but we gonna fly over. Shit. All right, now Trump says, Trump went on the headlines today. I'm still gonna post it on Thursday, but Trump said they don't know what the fuck they doing. He cussing on TV. He said they've been at war for so long they don't know what the fuck they do. I'm sorry, but what the hell is this reality TV? The ghetto, not you, the president out here cussing on national TV at what's supposed to be your ally. I know Benny talking about. I know he ain't fucking talking about me. I know the fuck he not talking about. I know what the fuck that shit was funny. I know we not supposed to be laughing at war, but the way this shit is playing out, this is a reality TV situation. This is literally a reality TV situation going off in real time. Now, we don't know if the ceasefire, whatever this is called, I don't even call it a ceasefire because and I'm going to tell you right now, Israel never really fully came out and said they agreed either. So I don't know what this is called at the moment. Y'all know I do news from yesterday, even though I'm paying attention to today. I'm doing shit from yesterday. So it's getting kind of confusing at what they're exactly trying to do. But we know Trump is not getting shit. You are not a peacemaker. This man is not a peacemaker, y'all. Y'all have got to understand that everybody pissed off with him. Marjorie Taylor Greene, out of everybody, said this is not what America First looks like. I'm seeing MAGA folks from far right saying we love Trump, but this is not what we wanted. This is not what we voted for. You said you were going to be brokering peace. You said we were not going to be in anybody's war. And now y'all sitting there, y'all actually believe that man. Y'all actually believe that he was going to stop. He was going to make peace. Do you not see the United States right now? We are up in flames with everything. There is no peace whatsoever. Republicans are starting to switch. We've got a GOP Senator Lisa Murkowski. She says she's about to leave the Republican Party. She has a Senate seat, baby. She about to flip that hoe. We need that Senate seat, baby. Come on over in the room. Come on. Come on. And I'm not gonna sit back and bullshit with y'all. Democrats are saying the same thing. Democrats are now saying that, Iran should not have nuclear weapons. Iran shouldn't have nuclear. Iran is a big threat. It's our fault. Iran is a big threat. I want y'all to understand that it is United States' fault. Iran is in the position it's in. It is nobody else's fault but ours. See, we are the only, we and two other countries are the ones that have nuclear bombs. And the only reason everybody has nuclear bombs is because of us. When Japan attacked us during Pearl Harbor, we dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. We were the ones that started this shit. It is our fault that we have it. Now, am I saying we were wrong for what we did during World War II? No, I am not saying that. But what I am saying, that we started this shit. Okay? Factually, we started this shit. And I'm just going to bring this out so y'all can start using these talking points when they come and say, oh, Iran is wrong, Israel's right, Iran. I'm going to give y'all the talking points that y'all should be nailing their asses with. Even if you don't want to deal with them, at least you have this information. Okay, this fight with Iran in the United States started on nothing but oil. Oil is the biggest thing. Iran holds majority of the oil in the world. They hold that shit, okay? It is vast, okay? So early 1900s to 1950s, Iran's oil was largely controlled by Anglo-Iranian Oil Company, AIOC, which later became BP. Y'all know BP, that green gas station? Yes, it later became BP, which is British Petroleum, okay? The profits overwhelmingly went to Britain, while Iran received a smaller amount. That sounds like Burkina Faso and France when it comes to their gold, right? Okay? That's the same thing that's happening. France went in, they took their gold, they only gave them a small amount. This is the same thing when it comes to Iran and the British, okay? So, Mohammed Madusa, I hope I'm saying his name right. These are some really hard names to pronounce, and I don't like disrespecting people. I don't like fucking up people's names. So I'm just gonna say Mohammed M. I'm gonna say Mohammed M. He was elected as Prime Minister of Iran in 1951. He was a secular nationalist and a popular among Iranians. He was like a Democrat. Mossad. Thank you. He was like a Democrat. Everybody loved him. Everybody appreciated what he was doing for Iranians. 1951 and 1953, Mohammed naturalized Iranian oil. Now, what happened was he realized that BP was taking most of the oil and most of the funds from them, and they weren't receiving anything. So what he wanted to do, he wanted to go in and inspect it. He said, I want to inspect your records. I want to see what you're taking off of my land. I want to see if we actually deserve more than what we're getting. I want to do it. I want to track all that shit. British Petroleum, BP said, hell no, y'all not finna do that. Y'all not finna do that. Y'all not finna go in and check our records. You getting what you get. And so, Mohammed said, all right, bitch, we gonna naturalize our oil. So in 1951 and 1953, they nationalized Iran's oil industry, saying Iranians should benefit from their own resources. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit. That is right. There's nothing wrong with them wanting to have access to their own shit and profiting off of it. This is the problem with the Western world. This is the problem with America and Britain and European countries. This is the biggest problem. This infuriated Britain and the oil companies who lost control of the revenue. Okay? This is like white folks coming in and taking shit that don't belong to them as usual. This is the repeat of history over and over and over again. White folks going into other people's places, taking what's theirs and then getting mad when they take it back. Kind of like the N-word. So 1953, the CIA backed a coup. Okay, Operation Ajax. Okay, that's what it was called, Operation Ajax. Okay, in 1953, the CIA and the British MI6 orchestrated a coup to overthrow Muhammad. They wanted him out, and the reason they wanted him out is because they wanted to put somebody in that would allow them to control the oil coming out of Iran. Okay, the Shah. Hold on. They funded propaganda protests and used propaganda to turn the public opinion. They tried to say Muhammad was a dictator. They tried to make him seem like he was like the worst person running the country, and he wasn't. He wasn't. So the Shah of Iran, Mohammad Reza, I'm just going to say Reza, who had limited power before, was reinstalled with full autocratic powers, which means he had the backing. Hey, boo-boo. He had the backing of the British and the United States to run that bitch the way he wanted to. And he did, like a dictator. Like what they said the first man running was. Okay? The Shahs ruled from 1953 to 1979. The Shah ruled with U.S. backed as a dictator. Brutal repressions, using his secret police to snatch people off the damn roads, to unalive people at his will. He did whatever the hell he wanted to his own people, at the backing of the United States and the British countries. So, rapid modernization, imprisonment, torture, executions, all happened. Rapid modernization benefited elites, but most Iranians saw inequality and foreign interference. Okay, they saw that shit, and so what happened was the Iranian Revolution. 1978 through 1979, they said, fuck that shit. He's got to go. The Islamic Revolution began as a broad movement against the Shah's regime, and it mostly happened with college students. It started as a protest from college students. A lot of shit happens on college campuses all over the world. The young ones is what produces most of the changes in our countries, okay? So the U.S. became known as the Great Satan, as we are. I agree. In the Iranian rhetoric, due to its role of backing the Shah. The U.S. Embassy hostage crisis between 1979 and 1981, 52 Americans were held hostage in Tehran for 444 days. They did what the fuck they had to do. They did what the fuck they had to do. Oops. Now, they got his ass out. They got rid of him. Iran's anti-Western stance has roots with historical betrayal. The current regime in Iran, authoritarian and theocratic, arose from the reaction of the Western interference. When people say the U.S. created this, they're referring to the coup. Okay? Right now, they have a Democratic man in office. Although he's not great because he does treat women like crap. They're not allowed to show their faces in public. They're not allowed to be outside. They're not allowed to get an education. They don't like the LGBTQIA. But he still believes that his country should be ran by himself and no one should interfere, especially in what they receive like oil. Okay? Trump needs that back. He needs that back. Okay? This has happened several times. Iraq, Afghanistan, Congo, Chile, Guatemala. All of these have been backed by the U.S. All the dictators in these countries have been backed by the U.S. They're paying them a certain amount of money to keep their countries under control so they can take whatever they want from them. We are never innocent. Never. Every country that we go into, we take from them. And then we turn their country into shit. We turn their countries into shit. We put people in place who are money hungry and are willing to screw over their own people for a payday. This is what the United States does. And then they use USAID to help some people out to make it look like we're great. This is what it is. It sucks, but that's just what it is. And right now, Trump needs that shit back. They want to reinstate somebody who is actually, what's his name? Hold on, let me make sure. What's his name? RZA, they want to put his son in place. The man that overthrown was the dictator before he got overthrown by Big K right now, that's in office right now. They want to put his son in office. And that's just going to give the United States and the British back control of Iran. And I'm sorry, nobody should have nuclear weapons. So if y'all mad that Iran is such an enemy of ours, blame the United States. It is our fault that they are like this. We should have minded our own damn business and let them make their own choices with their own natural resources. It's on us. You can't be mad at a country from trying to protect themselves. And if they see us as an enemy, we did that. Y'all haven't learned y'all lesson to mind y'all goddamn business. I can see if they were actually going in there. I can see if the United States was actually going in there to actually help the women of Iran. They're not doing that shit. I ain't seen them help not one woman yet. We pulled out of Afghan, and what happened to all the women there? They're all back in. They can't even laugh in public. They can't even show their face. They can't work. They can't read. They can't get an education. They can't do shit. What did we do? Nothing. And now, Iran, I'm so happy I had saw this. Iran just discovered a massive 7-ton deposit of strategic antimony. It's a rare earth mineral. 7 tons of that shit. I don't know. How much is 7 tons in pounds? I'm curious. I'm sorry, 7,000 tons. 7,000 tons of that rare mineral. And that rare mineral, baby, it is a strategic metal essential for military hardware, semiconductors, solar panels, flame retardants, okay? They found this in 8 sites. The discovery comes at a time when the global supply of antimony is under pressure, especially with China restricting exports to the West, that means us, and scrabbling for alternatives. The U.S. Department of Defense has labeled antimony a critical mineral, a vital for national security and energy resilience. 14,000 pounds. Thank you. So you don't think Trump doesn't know that shit? He already brokered a deal between Rwanda and Congo for their minerals. I guarantee you, we getting those minerals. You don't think he's paying attention to that shit too? It's worth a lot of money. And being the fact that China has cut us off, I'll go to war with anybody to get it. Y'all sitting here playing stupid games. We already know what the U.S. wants. They want to take. The United States is built on taking. It's built on taking from everybody, whether it's your body, your children, your resources. It's built on taking. What do y'all expect? I be trying to figure that shit out myself. Like, what do y'all expect? Baby Burkini Faso said, how can someone bomb another country and call it peace? In this world, we have realized that you need to own your own nuclear bombs. And Burkini Faso's getting ready to build their own nuclear facility with the help of Russia. Oh, and I just saw another country about to do that shit too. Another African country. I think it's Mali. Mali may be building their nuclear facility as well. Wait till Africa gets nuclear facilities. That shit is gonna be hilarious. You ain't gonna be able to walk in that bitch no more. You ain't gonna be able to take what you want no more. You're not gonna be able to do that. And they're moving. And China is now equal to the United States when it comes to money. Because China now has more countries in Africa using their money than the USA. BRICS is about to be real big. On top of that, Trump is asking China not to talk to Iran about closing the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the Strait of Hormuz, baby, that's 20% of the oil that comes through the United States, like that comes around the world. It's going to affect everybody no matter where you are. Prices are going to go up. on gas. Anything that has to do with oil is going to go up. Now, that little strait is like this big. It's like this. It's like a hump. Like a hump. And Iran has plenty of ways of keeping people out. They said they can put underwater BOMBs in there and y'all go through that and y'all just blow up. Or they can put them actually on the ships that try to get through. And we know that our ships are out there. They don't have no problem throwing missiles at our ships either. They said they will keep that shit closed as long as possible. Play with us if you want to. They can disrupt everything. Stock markets. They can shut the world down if they wanted to. It's not funny. It's not funny. But it's petty. And I am with the pettiness. I am so with the pettiness. And the reason I'm with the pettiness is because the United States is a bully. It's a bully. And when you put the right person in office, it can be okay. It can be about peace and everything. But when you put somebody like Trump in office, we become all out bullies. And sometimes a David and Goliath situation has to happen. A David and Goliath situation has to happen. I'm sick and tired of Israel. I'm tired of them. I am tired of them. And I love the fact that Iran is not backing down from them. I love the fact that they're not backing down from them. I'm sick of them. And the reason I'm sick of them is because yesterday they decided to attack Palestinians who were trying to get food. Unaliving 25. Unaliving 25. The unaliving total is over 56,000 now. People trying to get food. They just doing target practice at this point because ain't nobody got no weapons. Nobody's got any weapons. So, even if I don't agree with Iran's way of treating women and stuff, I still want them to whoop their ass. I still want them to feel it. I want them to be in pain. I want them to cry on TV. I want them to be like, I don't understand what's going on. I want that. I laugh every time I see one of those videos. I laugh every time I see one of those videos of one of their cities getting bombed. I do. I think it's hilarious. It'll take some breather off Palestine. Call me what you want. I don't really care. Hakeem Jeffries has stated that eventually Trump is going to have to go in front of Congress and make and explain why he decided to attack Iran. Because even Republicans are saying that we were not in any imminent danger. Even Republicans said this shit. We were not in any imminent danger for us to attack Iran. He crossed the line. And Republicans are saying we weren't given any notification. There was no vote in Congress. There was no vote in Congress. We weren't at no war. None of that. Now, AOC has called for his impeachment, but I don't think Republicans have the balls to do so. And y'all need to start calling out any one of your Democratic representatives that says Iran is a threat. Let them know y'all did that shit. It's y'all fault. If y'all would just mind your own business and broker deals instead of stealing, we would not be in this situation. We would not be in there. What is an AOC? Why don't you go look that shit up? Why don't you go look that up? Go look it up and then you can decide. Now, there were two Democrats that stuck by him. We already know Fetterman just needs to leave the goddamn Democratic Party. At this point, Fetterman needs to leave. Like, John, I don't know why he's still a Democrat. He does not align with any Democratic views. He does not. That man is a Republican through and through. I'm ready for him to just say, I'm switching parties. Or vote his ass out. Get him out, y'all. Get him out. Why are you here? What is the reason? I'm asking for a friend. I do think he's an op. I think he's an op. I think that he is just here for shits and giggles. He don't take nothing seriously. He takes free trips to go to Israel. He ignores his constituents. He don't even dress for the goddamn occasion. I thought it was funny at first, but I'm like, nah. Even when I went to school, in business school, if we didn't wear business attire, we had to stay in class, but we were counted absent. I don't, Dress for the fucking occasion. You going to Congress, put on some goddamn clothes. Put on some goddamn clothes, okay? Now, this shit I thought was hilarious. Not hilarious in the way that what happened to this person, but hilarious in the way she thought. So, Republican Representative Kate Kamrick nearly lost her life with an ectopic pregnancy amid new Florida abortion laws, but she blames Democrats. She blamed Democrats for the abortion laws. Don't call her a cow. Don't call her a cow. She blamed her. She said, speaking to the Wall Street Journal, she reported her experiences in an unnamed Florida hospital emergency room on May 31st, 2024, when it was discovered that there was no way for her baby's embryo to survive and that her own life was in danger without action. A doctor discovered the embryo implanted where the fallopian is meets the uterus. It's called a coronal ectopic pregnancy. I've had one of those. Actually, I've had two. And frankly told the representatives, if this ruptures, I will be unalive. I'm sorry, but my tube did rupture. I didn't lose my life, but I had blood clots all in my stomach. I had to have I had to have emergency surgery. She said Kamrick was only 5 weeks pregnant at the time, with no heartbeat on her own, no safety. Her safety was in jeopardy. But nevertheless, the Congresswoman found herself forced to pull up the letter of the law on her phone. She had to go to the phone, her phone, and look up the law, and argue her case. Even called the governor, Ron DeSantis, without being able to reach him before the staff came in and came to her aid. She said the reason that it's a Democratic's fault is because we have scared people into thinking that they cannot get surgery for ectopic pregnancies. Florida regulators have since issued new guidelines to clarify the situation. Kamrick, who is pro-life and opposes abortion except for cases of rape and incest or when the mother's life is at risk. Now, there are plenty of situations where women, such as myself, have had ectopic pregnancies and they have to wait till the last minute to give them surgery. Last minute. It happened to a girl in Georgia. It happened to a girl in Texas. This is not a one-off case. And for the people that were in my DMs talking about I've never lost a child, I just be pandering, I'm a panderer, I'm a propagandist. Bitch, I had both of mine tatted on my neck. Both times I've been on the table, I have both dates tatted on my neck. I walk every day with that shit. It is not something to lie about. It's not something to play about. I lost my life. I had to be resuscitated. And this was before this abort ban. Women like me don't even want to get into physical situations because of this shit. And this month marks 3 years since Roe v. Wade was overturned. This month. I'm okay. I walk with that shit every day. But it's not something to play about. And women like her, I'm sorry for what she went through, but you're the fucking reason why you had to fight. You're the reason why you had to fight in that hospital room to get service or you were going to lose your life. You're the reason. You are the problem. Okay? This month marks the overturning of Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court ruled that the Constitution does not protect the right of abortions. Return powers to the state. Each state now has the authority to allow, restrict, or ban abortions. Okay? Now, 14 states have banned nearly all abortions with no exemptions. No exemptions. Not rape, not incest, not ectopic. There are no exceptions whatsoever. Now y'all can start giving gifts because this is where people will start trying to ban me. Several others have imposed severe restrictions, 6 weeks or 15-week bans, okay? Some states like California, New York, and Illinois have codified abortion rights and expand access. Thank you to y'all. The legal confusion, there's been chaos over what's allowed, especially in medical professions. A lot of doctors cannot even treat because they're afraid they're going to lose their license or go to jail. And they don't want that to happen. And some have done it and have been arrested for it. So, the impact on women and pregnant people. 1, access to care. Millions of women in banned states lost access to in-state abortion services. Many must now travel hundreds of miles, hundreds or thousands of miles, if they can afford to. Rural and low-income women are disproportionately affected, which means they either die or they're forced to carry that baby to term, and that baby may have issues. They can't afford these kids. Now, the health risk. Delays in miscarriages or ectopic pregnancy care in restrictive states is bad. That will not allow that woman that may want to have kids later on down the line, that takes that shit right on away, okay? Doctors often wait until a patient is near death to intervene due to fear of prosecution. Increased maternal mortality risk, especially for Black women who are already facing systemic health disparities. We already got that shit going on. And for all you YT women that's up in people's comments talking about, oh, why we're just women, we should all stick together. Shut the fuck up. Because now y'all worried. Y'all didn't give a shit before the abortion ban. Y'all didn't give a damn before the abortion ban. Y'all didn't care. Because y'all don't have a history of your people being operated on to see how a woman's bodies work. Y'all haven't been told y'all not in pain. Please, for all, shut up. Y'all are not the catalyst for anything. Y'all are the last ones that should open y'all mouth about anything. Y'all the worst among us. Because you only speak when it affects you. You don't give a shit before the fact. And I'm speaking to the ones that want to say we must unite now. Where was y'all uniting before that? When Black women and women and people of color were screaming about our problems with the healthcare system. Where was y'all when healthcare started costing money because they didn't want Black people to get healthcare? Where were y'all then? The reason healthcare cost? Hello? They didn't want us to have that shit. The reason we have insurance and all that other shit we have to pay for is because they thought Black people could not afford that shit. Where were y'all speaking up then? So shut up now. I hate that we are the world shit at the last minute. Makes no sense. Now, some states are trying to prosecute women for having an abortion. People who help get abortions are going to be prosecuted. Women who induce their own abortions are going to be prosecuted. Women who travel in proposed bills could be prosecuted. There are some places in Ohio, I think Ohio is the state I mentioned last week, who is now saying that they want to criminalize abortions. And you could be put in jail. And that includes ectopic. Like we have a choice. Who is most affected? Poor women, Black and brown women, immigrants, minors, and survivors of abuse are hit the hardest, i.e., not white women. Long-term implications sets a precedent for reversing other rights based on privacy, such as contraceptive access, which they're trying to do now, same-sex marriage, which they're going to get to, LGBTQ plus rights, which they're doing now. It's all a catalyst. It's all a catalyst. I just want to make sure that y'all knew that this is that month. I just wanted y'all to make sure y'all knew that shit. Because, yeah, people like to forget that our rights are gone. They're gone. They're gone. And it sucks. It definitely sucks for women who want kids, but are scared to even try because they have complications. I don't have any kids. The 2 kids that I was supposed to bring into this world are gone due to ectopic pregnancy. And I won't try again because I know my life is at stake and I know nobody will save me. I'm not dying to bring in life. I'm not losing my life to bring in life I will never see. I'm not doing that. It's just not worth it. And a lot of women feel like me. It's not worth it. My life matters too. And I think a lot of y'all pro-life people forget that we have life. We have life as well. What's the point of bringing a child in this life if I cannot be with it? We leave a lot of childless, like motherless children out in the world. We matter just as much. And I thank God that I didn't have these problems before this happened. I thank God, because I would have been screwed. I wouldn't be here talking to y'all. I'd be dead. Literally, I'd be gone. I would be gone because they would not treat me. And that is a sad thing to think about. And that's why our population is dying out now. Because old white men and white women felt like they knew more about people's bodies than the own people that's walking in them. Yes, I blame y'all too, women. Because it's women like this representative right here that is pro-life, but is about to almost lost her life. The contradictions is crazy. It is insane. The contradictions is crazy. Y'all think y'all know better than the people actually walking in these bodies. You're not pro-life, because if you were actually pro-life, you would actually care about kids after the fact. But you don't. Right now, there's a bill in Texas. It's a House Bill HR 6, which will allow schools to suspend children K through 2nd grade. K through 2nd grade. You can suspend those kids. On top of that, this bill also allows you to suspend kids who are homeless, who are going through issues at home. Okay? Particularly black students. So the new Texas bill could spell troubles for the state's most vulnerable students, once shielded by law from the most extreme discipline. Lawmakers through House Bill HB 6 have allowed suspensions from pre-K to 2nd grade students. That's not all. The bill will also allow suspensions of homeless students who cause disruptions in the classroom, overturning Texas laws that previously protected those students because they're going through shit already at home. They don't have food. They don't have shelter, but they still have to show up to school. HB 6 removes the 3-day cap on in-school suspensions, which keeps a student at school but isolates them from regular classes and activities. It sets no limit on the duration of suspension, which reviews every 10 days. It also reverses previous laws from 2017 and 2019 that limited the use of out-of-school suspensions, OSS, for students K through 2nd grade and homeless students. Under HB 6, those protections are rolled back, allowing suspensions and every expulsion under certain conduct and reinstating OSS for students as young as kindergarten. These are babies. These are babies. What? These are children still trying to learn how to regulate their emotions. These are still, they don't even understand their emotions. And y'all want to isolate them in a room? What the hell? But this is pro-life. This is pro-life. This is what pro-life looks like. It is going to affect black and brown kids. It is going to affect minorities more than anything else. These little white kids are going to get away with everything. I am not sorry for saying that. I'm not sorry for saying that shit. And you know it's true. Y'all know it's true. Y'all could set a room on fire. And they'll be like, oh, he's going through something mentally. We just need to hug him and give him a little counseling. We don't need to kick him out of school. My shirt is coming soon. With white people, there's always a gray area. I do have that shirt coming soon. With white people, there's always a gray area. And it means that you guys get away with everything. There's always an excuse to what you do. I'm going to be bold enough to wear that bitch outside in public. I don't know about y'all, but I'm wearing that hoe. And I may put every white person that's ever gotten away with anything on the back of that shirt. I may put the names on that hoe. I sure will. I may be that petty to put every name of every white person that's ever gotten away with something on the back of that shirt. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to add the names. We're going to add the names of y'all getting away with everything on that shirt. Because there's always a gray area with y'all. People of black and brown descent can do the same crimes and have triple the time. And y'all could get out walking scot-free. I'm just bold like that. That shirt is coming. I just want to let y'all know that. That shirt is definitely coming. Hold on. Now, we got to dive into this big, beautiful bill a little bit more, because I want to keep reminding y'all that this bill is important, and it has not come up yet. Okay, it has not come up yet. I had this set for my video yesterday, but I'm gonna find it for y'all now, because there are some things that have been taken out of the big beautiful bill, and it's been taken out by Republicans. I know, shocker, right? Republicans actually got this shit taken out. I didn't believe it until I saw it, and now I have to find it for y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, because they got rid of some shit. Trump is not happy about it either, but it needed to happen. You are so smart. I'm not smart. I read. It's not about being smart. It's just about a lot of this shit I don't know, y'all. I actually read. I read a lot so I can understand stuff. I ask questions. I dig. I'm just as smart as everybody else in this goddamn room. Reading is fundamental. Understanding laws is fundamental, because eventually those laws will come back and bite you in your ass if you're not paying attention. And I used to be that type of person that didn't want to hear anything about political shit. I honestly was like, I'm just here to live my life. And then I started realizing that these goddamn laws are fucking up my life. They're fucking up my life. So what am I supposed to do now? I need to educate myself. I need to make sure that I know what's about to come down the pipeline. I can't do that unless I start paying attention. Damn it, I can't find it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm about to Google. What in Trump's big beautiful bill has been scrapped? Not interested. They scrapped. Ooh, damn it. I can't find it. I can't find it, y'all. But that's okay. We gonna move on, because I want y'all to understand the concern. So there are a couple of things that everybody's really concerned about when it comes to the big beautiful bill. First of all, the massive impact of federal deficit and debt. We don't need no more goddamn debt. We got enough of that shit. We got enough debt in this goddamn country. We owe China an ass full of money, okay? China actually owns us, if you want to be real. I can't ask them right now. I'll ask them later. I lost the page. Disproportionate benefits to the wealthy. We all know Trump's tax plan from 2017, SALT, is basically what he's trying to input again, to give the 1% a tax cut, and then us, the 80%, will have to take up most of the tax the income taxes, which means if you don't make over, I think it's like over 100 or 200K, you're going to be forced to be paying big money. I mean, big money. You better start saving your coins now to get ready to pay for your income taxes next year. Deep cuts to healthcare, of course. We already know 600 to 800 billion dollars in Medicaid cuts and losses will happen. Okay, the proposals make premiums less affordable, which estimates showing premium hikes to $485 annual for 179 million people. $485 for a premium? I can't afford that shit. I'm going to backdoor doctors. Y'all keep playing with us. I'm going to healers. I ain't going no goddamn not for no $485. I'm not doing that. Yes, your premiums will go up to $485. Holistic, here I come. Dubious and hidden spending, bitch talk. Dubious and hidden spending and subsidized. Okay, that means Trump is hiding money and giving it to other things like tanning salons. Why the fuck do we need $350 million for tanning salons? Who tans? It's funny. Y'all supposed to love y'all skin so damn much. Y'all go and sit in a tanning band to be darker, to look like us. $365 million. Yeah, I think it's money laundering. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's money laundering. For tanning beds? No. No. Somebody said they think they're trying to develop cancer. That could be true. Entertainment equipment, $153 million for entertainment equipment. This ain't no goddamn TV show. You said that you was gonna put 100% tariffs on the entertainment industry anyways for making movies outside the country. What the hell? Why do you need entertainment equipment? Firearm silencers, $1.4 billion. Firearm silencers. Why do we need $1.4 billion worth of firearm silencers? What is the reason for that? I don't get it. Not my business. I don't get it. Fossil fuels and insufficient defense programs. As a significant spending, like $150 billion for defense. Defense, including Trump's gold dome. Remember, he wants to put a gold dome over America so nobody can shoot at us. We wouldn't need that gold dome if we weren't agitators. We wouldn't need the gold dome if we were not agitators, okay? 150, and this is taxpayer money. This is our money. This is the money we got. Our money is being spent on shit like this. Let the white folks pay for their own tanning beds. I don't need a tan. I got it. Threats to democracy and constitutional checks. This bill includes a judge shielding clause requiring bonds before holding government officials in contempt or court, potentially weakening judicial oversight, seen by critics as a power grab and enabling executive overreach without proper judicial accountability. I keep telling folks there are three branches of the government: executive, legislative, and judicial. They all check each other. Why do you think so many people have to come to Congress to answer fucking questions? Trump is trying to make sure nobody can check him by taking away power from judges. That is authoritarian. That's fascism. That's a dictator right there. You put all three in one if you want. But that shit is illegal. And he snuck it inside of this bill. It's put in this bill. Federal ban on state AI regulation. Y'all know how they started using AI to like hunt people down, find information about people. They want to put a 10-year freeze on state level AI rules. Risky in light of rapidly evolving AI threats, privacy violations, deep fakes, harmful content. AI leaders fear the provision ties regulations hands off, which means you cannot sue any AI company for using your likeness. You can't sue them for putting out propaganda. You can't sue them for putting out deep fakes. You can't sue them for shit. Y'all, we can't sue a fucking computer. We can't sue them. That shit is crazy. Cleanup of green energy initiatives. You know, Trump is trying to get rid of anything that has to do with the Inflation Reduction Act. Okay? They don't want solar and wind sectors. They don't want shit, you know, because Trump said we were still in air. He said windmills were still in air and shit. Musk, Elon, this is part of Elon's shit. He said the Elon brothers, the Musk brothers warned this undermines renewable energy momentum and could force the U.S. reliance on more gas and plants. This is what Trump wants to get rid of the green energy so he can give his 1% people like BP the use of using more gas. He's trying to kill us. Because we want to breathe at the end of the day. We still need the ozone layer to protect us from the goddamn sun. The sun is nice the way it is right now. Even though we are in a heat wave. Imagine if we don't have an ozone layer. And that is created by pollution. All that carbon going up there, fucking up our shit, we gonna burn. And y'all want to add more gas to the goddamn world. We don't need no more oil. We don't need that shit. It is unnecessary. Okay? It is unnecessary. Now, when it comes to the education, now this is something that I think no matter if you're on the left or the right, y'all need to be paying attention to. And y'all mostly need to be talking to y'all representatives. Because when it comes to the education part of this big, beautiful bill, it's fucking up everybody. Mainly black and brown, but white folks and Asians too. Okay? So the Pell Grant overhaul and eligibility will be tightened. You have to have a high credit hour requirements. It'll go from 24 credits to 30 credits. That's like 5 or 6 classes a semester. That's like 5 or 6 classes a semester. Okay? When your academic year is usually 15 credits. You have to take at least 15 credits to qualify for the Pell Grant. Now you're going to have to take between 24 and 30. That is going to be hard for any child. 700,000 students right now in school as we speak could lose eligibility entirely. 700,000 students could lose their eligibility right now. Brandon, I don't do fucking co-host. Stop asking to be in my shit. Stricter part-time rules. You will be disqualified, half-time students, unless you roll in vocational programs. So you don't get any Pell Grants if you are a part-time student now. No Pell Grants. Unless you're enrolled in vocational programs affecting working students and those with family responsibilities. It don't happen. Time limits or caps on duration. New rules may limit how many semesters one can receive Pell Grants. I'm sorry, that is insane. I received Pell Grants every year that I was in college because I was qualified for them. Now, you will have a limit on how many times you qualify for the Pell Grant, which means you're going to have to take out student loans, apply for grants, or pray to God you get a scholarship. That's going to be harmful to non-tradition students who take longer to graduate, because some people go to graduate school. Some of them go to graduate school. Some of them go get their doctorate. Yes. Student loan program and its caps and cuts. I'm trying to give y'all this information so y'all understand what the hell is going on. So when y'all start seeing y'all congressmen and y'all states moving funny, y'all can tell they asses to hold up or your ass gonna be out of office. Okay? End of subsidized loans. Now, if you don't know what a subsidized loan is, that bitch does not move until you graduate college. That means the interest rate on it does not move until you graduate college. They're getting rid of subsidized loans, which means while you're in class, you will accrue debt. You ain't even graduated yet. You will graduate college with debt. That's just what it means. So, and the plus loan for new borrowers. So, no plus loans. Is that the parent plus loan? Yep. Undergrads with low interest rate fees and loans during school, and parents and grads can lose their loans as well. So no parent plus loans and no grad loans either. So when you're in graduate school, you cannot apply for a loan to go to school. There's no money for it. They're cutting that. Your parent cannot also take a loan out for you. Yes. Please don't cuss out your financial aid advisors for this. If you go into school, do not cut. If this bill passes, do not cuss out your financial aid officers and advisors. They didn't do this, okay? They didn't do this. Aggregated borrowing limits. There will be a cap on federal loans for $50K, okay? At $50K for undergrads. That's as much as you can take out to go to school. So if you're going to a place like Harvard or some shit like that, you better make it in those 4 years or you ain't gonna have no more money to go to school. Now, for grad students, you get 100 to 150K. And for parents, you get 50K, and per family is 200K. So they're making sure they capping this shit off. It's gonna be harder repayment terms as well. Income ICP plans eliminated. So you cannot do an income driven, like I'm on an income driven base repayment plan now. They're trying to get rid of that. There will be no income. That shit is fucked up. There will be no income driven payment plans. None whatsoever. They will be replaced by standard or less generous income based plans. Forbearance options will be limited to 9 months or 2 years, and deferment for economic hardship is removed. So there will be no deferments. No deferments. Bye-bye. Somebody told me to get a job. We are tired of catering to the weak independents. But you're on this damn app, baby. You have nothing else better to do than listen to me. I really do think white folks like to sit in people's rooms just to listen to them because they have nothing else to do. They're bored. They're actually bored. They're not here to get an education. They're bored. They are bored with their lives, so they want to watch somebody else. Baby, watch me all you want. You're just driving up my algorithm. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, my boy. All right. There also will be longer payment periods, but potentially higher monthly bills. So income-based plan tiers start at $120 a month, up to 10% income. Forgiveness is postponed after 30 years instead of 20 to 25. Shit. I thought I'd be done. Increased borrow burdens and risk of dropping out. More private borrowing. With caps or less of federal protection, students may turn higher interest private loans with fewer consumer protections. Potentially, they will have to drop out of school, and they will not be able to pay these loans back quickly. This is gonna affect us really bad. Oh, that's cute. It's gonna affect us really bad. And this is not just one group of people. This is many groups of people, okay? This is not just one little subset. I need y'all to understand that this bill is going to hurt us. I think I found it. I found it. So, Senate Parliament Elizabeth McDonough ruled that major chunks of this toxic legislation violated the Byrd Rule and must be stripped before the bill can pass or simple majority vote. So, here's what she blocked. $6.4 billion has been slashed to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, saving the agency from destruction. $1.4 billion cut to the Federal Reserve staff pay, stopping Republicans from hollowing out America's financial oversight. $290 million cut to the Office of Financial Research. You can't do that shit no more. $771 million cut to Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, protecting investors and our economy. And it repeals of the key Biden policies like the Inflation Reduction Act, emission standards, and more. Democrat senators fought hard to enforce these rules and protect American consumers. So that means none of that shit is in the bill. But we still have not touched anything on Medicaid, anything on education. We haven't touched any of that whatsoever. Which is still important. We still need to touch that shit. So Pam Bodie went in front of the Congress yesterday, and she had to testify in front of Congress. She actually dumped $1 million of Trump's media stock ahead of his tariff announcement. She dropped that shit. It's like she knew it was coming. It's like it was insider trading. On top of that, she said she sees nothing with what Trump is doing with his Bitcoin, with allowing Trump Jr. to have that $500,000 executive branch card, so you can have access to Trump whenever you want to Trump getting rid of all the protections when it came to Bitcoin, slashing that whole area. Yeah, she says she doesn't see anything wrong with it. She says it's split. What Trump does with his money is not something that will affect the United States, and that's bullshit. I hope when they bring him down, they take her ass down too. Because you're supposed to be upholding the law, and you're not. You're not uploading the law. A white nationalist wrote a law paper promoting racist views. It won him an award. It won him an award. A white nationalist. It won him an award. So Preston Damsky, a law student at the University of Florida, he is also known as a white nationalist and anti-Semitic. Last fall, he took a seminar taught by a federal judge on originalism, the legal theory favored by many conservatives, white people, that seeks to interpret the Constitution based on its meaning when it was adopted. In his capstone paper, Mr. Damsky argued that farmers had intended for the phrase "we the people" in the Constitution to refer exclusively to white people. From there, he argued that the removal of voting right protections for non-whites and the insurance of pup to unalive orders against criminal infiltrators at the border should be reinstated. Turning over the country to a non-white majority is a terrible crime. White people, he warned, cannot be expected to meekly swallow this demographic assault on our sovereignty. Watch the white folks in YouTube talking about, is that bad? Is that bad? Baby, I'm going to be honest. He was right. He was right about we the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote general welfare. That shit was not meant for black folks. Because we were still in slavery. We were still in slavery. Yes, I know that shit. Schoolhouse Rock. Okay? Schoolhouse Rock. They need to bring that hoe back. Okay? It was not intended for us. But I do remember that the Constitution is supposed to evolve. It's never supposed to stay the same. Every 20, 30 years they wanted the Constitution to change. It should always be changed. It should always evolve. It should always have added. That's why they have amendments. That's why they have amendments to amend the Constitution, so it can grow with the United States as it should. And that's why I think sometimes some of y'all are not smart, because y'all don't know what a fuck amendment is. A basic It means to change, to alter. Okay? So now, we the people means everybody and their goddamn mama. We the people mean everybody and their goddamn mama. To add, to amend, to change, whatever the fuck you want to put it. The Constitution was never supposed to stay the same. It was supposed to be evolving with the country. As the country evolves, the Constitution is supposed to be changing as well, adding to it. That's how we got civil rights. We know y'all want to get rid of that shit. I feel like this judge needs to be held accountable for allowing this white man to think that this is correct. Because I'll go ahead and cue the unalive. Y'all the ones who's gonna be getting hit. Y'all love to think that we don't know how to handle shit. Baby, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised how many of us actually know how to shoot. My daddy got a bunch of land. And it's not just to build houses. It's to practice. I'm just saying. I come from a military background. Everybody know how to set it off on both sides of my family. So y'all really think in y'all head that we gonna let that shit go down in the way you think it's gonna happen. We are our ancestors, but we've evolved like the Constitution. We like the right to bear arms. Fuck around and find out if you want to. Representative Hallie Stevens of Michigan is set to introduce legislation next week that would make it illegal for President Trump to deploy active duty service forces to a state or territory without receiving a direct request from the state or territory's governor. I agree. It's called the Stop Trump's Abuse Power Act. Girl, that is petty. I love it. I love that act. If you are in Michigan, please support this shit because that's what Trump wants to do. He wants to put the National Guard in every city possible, claiming that people who march on the streets using their First Amendment right is a danger to the city. Using your First Amendment right is not a danger. Freedom of speech is the first one in the Constitution, the First Amendment. Or does it only apply to white folks? If that's the case, we can put y'all on the front lines and let them play target practice with y'all. I'm just saying. It could happen. But Oregon wasn't playing around because Oregon has already passed a bill. Oregon passed a bill. Let me find the bill. Hold on real quick. My brain be jumping, y'all. It be jumping. I'm sorry. Oregon lawmakers already passed a bill to limit National Guard deployment by federal government. They already passed that bill. They was like, fuck that shit. We not waiting. Oregon state lawmakers approved a measure June 20th to clarify when the Oregon National Guard can be deployed for federal service. The bill was passed 32-16, comes as Trump administration decision to deploy the National Guard to Los Angeles is playing out in the courts. They not waiting on y'all asses. I feel like every state needs to go ahead and pass this damn law. That way, if Trump does win, he gonna have another barrier to go through. I mean, I didn't expect it from Oregon, but, you know, go off Oregon. Do what you got to do. Okay? Well, y'all, we are in a heat wave. We are in a fucking heat wave, a big heat wave in the east, in the north, and the south of the East Coast. Get you some goddamn Pedialyte before y'all pass out. I went outside and for 5 minutes, and I felt like I was dehydrated as hell. I'm just telling y'all, we are in a heat wave. The worst one. We are in triple digits. The triple fucking digits. Get y'all some Pedialyte. Because regular water is not going to do it. You need electrolytes. Okay? Get your kids. Drink as much as possible. Because we're in a fucking heat wave and this shit is hot. I don't ever turn on my air conditioning. But that bitch on right now. Because it's 90-something degrees here in Atlanta and it feels like 100. It feels like a goddamn 100. Okay? It's hot as fuck. Now, If you are in Florida, there are two siblings in Metro Orlando that is running for office. Yes, two siblings are running against each other, okay? Randolph and Lavon Bracey. They are running against each other. I never seen a sibling rivalry go like this, but that's a new level of brother and sister shit. They're both running for Florida State Senate on Tuesday in Orlando. Not only that, one of their opponents for the Democratic nomination in the district is representing parts of Metro Orlando is Alan Grayson, a combative former Democrat U.S. congressman who drew national attention in 2009 when he said the House floor speech that the Republican health care plan was to die quickly. So y'all got a good heap. Yes, they are Democrats. And they mama said she's endorsing both of them. Okay? She's endorsing both of them. She says she's not playing favorites. But y'all can play favorites. Y'all go look them up if you in Orlando and see which one you like. Extraordinary Hair. I need some more hair oil. Message me, ma'am. Y'all, if y'all haven't tried Extraordinary Hair, they're out in New York. Her shit works so good for my hair. I'm just saying. I fucks with you the long way. Somebody pin her real quick. Pin her for me. Because her hair oil, and y'all know I got a lot of hair. Her hair oil did it for me. And she's black owned. And she got a shitload of hair herself. Orlando here. Katie, make sure you vote. Somebody pin Extraordinary Hair. Extraordinary Hair, please pin her. Her shit is great. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. What else do I have for y'all? Oh, this is good. I should have put this in the backs and the other shit. Anti-abortion pregnancy centers, they can no longer do ultrasounds on suspected bitch. You hate these braces. Ugh. Suspected ectopic pregnancies after a lawsuit. So, at a conference earlier this year, the National Institute of Family Life Advocates warned crisis pregnancy centers to be extremely cautious with ultrasounds for suspected ectopic pregnancies, calling it the greatest medical and legal risk. Okay? They soothed them to oblivion. And the reason that they do this, and they don't want this happening in anti-abortion areas, is because they will tell you your baby is fine. Remember, it's an anti-abortion clinic. They will tell you your baby is fine. And you will end up being unalived. You will lose your life. I want to make sure y'all understand. Ectopic pregnancy is not a miscarriage. It is not a miscarriage. It is a life or death situation. If you don't remove that embryo from your fallopian tube or wherever it is, you will lose your life. It is not a baby. It is not even a fetus. It is an embryo. You will lose your life. And these anti-abortion clinics will allow that to happen. They will tell you you are fine. My tube burst. And within hours, my stomach was flooded with blood clots. I had an ultrasound done. That doctor looked at me and said, if we don't get you into surgery right now, you're going to lose your life. I couldn't even call anybody. The second time it happened to me, they said, we need to get you in now. We don't want you to lose your life. Thank God I had somebody with me that time. That is not, you don't get a chance to think. This is not a miscarriage where you go home and you wait. You can't go home. If you go home, you're going to. That is it. It is not a miscarriage. This is a life or death situation. And you don't have a choice. You can't take a pill and pass it along. It sucks. And what these anti-abortion clinics are doing, they're setting up women to lose their life. They're setting up women to lose their life. So I'm happy they're no longer able to do that. Now, this sucks, and this is gonna be the last thing because I want y'all to understand. The Supreme Court just gave Trump the go-ahead to restart deportation of migrants to countries they've never been to. You remember when they sent those Asians to Sudan and they told them to bring them back? Well, Trump has just gotten the go-ahead to do this to more migrants. So they're going to end up in countries they've never been before. And South Sudan is basically in a damn G-side going through their own shit. Yes. Supreme Court justices 6-1. The 5 white conservatives and that Uncle Tom, Benny boy, that Uncle Tom said it was okay. And the 3 Democratic Supreme Court justices, all of different dissents, all women, said that was unconstitutional to send those people to wrong places. But now Trump has that permission. He can now ship them off to wherever the fuck he wants. So the decision was made after 8 people were put onto a plane to South Sudan by immigration officials in May. U.S. District Judge Brian Murphy found that they violated a court order giving migrants the opportunity to fight the charges if they believe that they have been in danger for retaliation crimes like torture. Migrants from countries like Vietnam and Cuba who have never been convicted of any crime in the U.S. have been sent to Guantanamo Bay. They've been sent to that other place. I can't remember right now because my brain is having a little fart. Now, they believe, even the Supreme Court justices believe that those 6 Supreme Court justices giving Trump lawless power. That is lawless power to do whatever the hell he wants. And this is wrong. This is wrong. And it's wrong, and it's wrong, and people are going to lose their lives for it. El Salvador, thank you. El Salvador's president. People are going to lose their lives for it. People are going to die because of this. They're going to die. And I don't know how else to put it, but that is what's going to happen. And for all you people that say Trump is smart, Trump is educated, Trump is not. None of his children could even get into Harvard. But Obama and his daughters did. And Michelle. I'm petty. All of them are educated, well educated. Hell, Michelle has more degrees than Obama. You have to pay. Trump had to pay for all his children to get accepted somewhere. We got a lawless dictator in office. And I'm praying for his downfall. I'm praying for the day that he either kicks the can or is arrested. Those are my only 2 outcomes. He kicks the can or he's arrested. That is my... if I had one wish... I'm just being serious. I am just being really serious because I feel like that's the only way for this country to be okay. That's how I feel. All right, peoples. I will see you tomorrow. I have to go into a meeting and I have to work. Y'all have a good day. And stay hydrated. Please. I don't need nobody passing out. Okay? Bye, peoples. I need to eat. Dang it. How come it never lets me get out when I need to get out? Bye, YouTubers. Even the ones that hate me.